everybody, welcome to the bonus project for March's class, and this is to create a little cute chocolate box, treat holder box that's got a lovely little closure and is great for popping some chocolate eggs in and giving as a little treat. So we're going to start with our piece of card, and this measures 21 centimetres by 11.5. And I'm going to do a few score lines, so just bear with me. The first score line I'm going to do is 2.5 centimetres, and I'm scoring this on what we'd call the long side. Okay, 2.5 centimetres, 17 centimetres, and 19.5 centimetres. Okay, so that's 3 score lines: 2.5, 17 and 19.5. I'm going to turn my card round 90 degrees, so we're now going to score on the short side, and this measurement is 1.5 centimetres, 4 centimetres, 6.5 centimetres, and 9 centimetres. Okay, so we now have a box that looks like that. Now before we score that, before we crease that, I'm going to add in the designer series paper. I'm going to stick all this on first. It just makes it a little bit easier when you're assembling. Okay, so now I have my score lines. I can attach my pieces of designer paper, and I've gone with a mint macaron gingham, and this just matches the colour of the card that I've used. So I'm putting these on. You can do these once your box is assembled, but I personally prefer to stick these down before I do any assembling. Okay, great. So once I've done that, we can now start creasing, and the trick with any 3D item is to crease your edges or your folds, crease your folds really well. Okay, and you want to make sure you have a really clean bone folder for this. I always clean my bone folders regularly with rubbing alcohol, as it gets rid of any glue, tackiness left, and ink. Right, so now we have our scores all creased well, we can move on to do a little bit of cutting. Okay, right, so to start us off, this is going to be the top of our box here, and this is going to be the bottom of our box. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to snip into each one of these panels, and we're going to create them as angled panels. So you're just notching in, and the reason we're doing this is it just creates a neater look when we close the box. Okay. So we now have something that looks like that. Okay, so when it closes, all of these get tucked in and we get a nice, neat finish. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to look at the top, and we're going to start with this area here. Okay, and we only actually want one of these bits left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by notching into that bit there. Okay, and we know that is the bit that we need. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn it like so, and we're going to cut all of that out. So all of that is gone, and then now we're going to trim into this. Like so. Okay. Trim that down. And then this one we're going to trim off altogether. This one we're going to trim off and notch in. Right, now this one here we're going to cut off altogether. So that is what our box should look like. Okay, now here comes the fun part. I'm going to use a really old 1/2 inch circle punch, and this is going to create my little notch area. Okay, now by doing that, what that gives us is that is our opening there, and this is our bit that's going to tuck in like so. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to assemble the edge. I'm going to use some tear tape, trusty tear tape, and this is going along the edge of my box. Okay. Take the back off, fold that up, and then bring this one down to meet it. You then get a really neat close, and it folds really, really flat. Then I'm going to add me, fold one over. Let's do the top first. So the top, we're going to put that one in there, that one in there, and that one goes down like that to close it. Okay, turn this over, and you want to make sure that this bit closes nicely. So we're going to put that one in like so, and then I'm going to fold that one over, bit of glue, that one over, and then the last one we're going to do is this one here. So we've got a lovely neat close, and then this bit at the top closes nicely as well. Then all we've got left to do is to decorate. So I'm going to bring in my eggs. So my eggs are going on, so that is flat. Let's come open. This bit is also the back. Okay, so that is going to sit on there. And then we want a little Happy Easter sentiment, and that's going to be using your banner die that you've got in your kit. Mine seems to have gone walkabouts, so that's okay. Let's improvise. I'm going to cut me a piece that is 1.5 centimetres wide. This is crumb cake card. Might need to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to go sort of 1.7 actually. It's very specific. Just give us a little bit more to play with. So we've got our strip, and then we've got our Happy Easter sentiment. We're going to stamp in crumb cake card. Happy Easter. Stamp that in the middle, and then we're going to create our own banner, or I am. And cut it off so it's about there, snip in, and then snip from the corner up to that centre line, turn it over and do the same to the other end. There you are. Happy Easter. And that's going to go on with a couple of little dimensionals. Excuse me. Looking forward to a cup of tea now after a few hours of work this morning. And there we have it. That is your little Easter treat box all finished. And then we have our lovely cards that we've made as part of the card class. So thank you so much for joining me this month. I hope you've had an enjoyable few hours making the cards. If you have any comments or questions, please do get in touch. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all over hopefully in April's card class, which will feature the Sweet Citrus bundle, which is lots and lots of fun. So take care of yourself. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.